भूतले ते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यस्य कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna. So welcome to the Nectar of Instructions Bhakti Shastri study. We are on the text 9 of Updeshamrit. So yesterday we completed text 8, which is actually a very, very exalted text. It Upadesha Saram, So the Upadesh was that Tishtan Vraje, one should reside in Vraj, and Smarto Kramena, one should remember Krishna. How? Rasana Manasi Niyoja. By chanting and with the mind focusing on Nama, Rupa, Charitadi, Sukirtananu, Krishnan Vraje. And follow the eternal associates. Anuragi, Jananu, Anugami. And what should do it? Kalam Nayet. It Akhilam, 24 hours. Ityupadesha Saram. So the path of Raga Bhakti is what Mahaprabhu has come to give. But the sadhana for Raga Bhakti, we saw those two verses, is very, very exalted, where one has to have, one necessarily, basically has to have crossed the Anarth Nimriti stage. And then further into Ruchi, then when these things are revealed about Raga Bhakti, you can become a Raganuga sadhana. Sadhak. So in text 8, there was Tishtan Vraje. Now in text 9, Rupa Goswami gives the geography of Vraj in one sense. He gives the geography of Vraj. What is this Vraj? And Prabhupada just gives only 2 paragraphs purport. But let's go to the verse first. This verse, gives the hierarchy in the spiritual realm, hierarchy, and what is the topmost of all the holy places. That's what Bhaktivinoda Thakur says. Vaikunta-janita Madhupuri tatrarpirasosvad Vrindaranyam Mudarapani Ramana tatrarpi Govardhana Radha Kundam Mihapi Kokulapate Premamrata Plavanat Kuryadasya Virajito Giritade Sevam Viveki Vaikunta Janito Varamadipure Tatrarpirasosvad Vrindaranyam Mudarapani Ramanat Tatrarpi Govardhana Radha Kundam Mihapi Gokulapate Premamrita Plavanat Kuryadasya Virajito Giritate Sevam Viveki Nakaha. Anyone would like to recite this beautiful verse? I don't know the meter. I don't remember which meter it is. It is given. Let me see. But anyone would like to recite this verse? Raise your hands. Who would like to recite? No one. Somebody should try. Shri Lalita Mataji, yes.
I'll try, Prabhuji. वैकुण्ठा जनितो वरमधुपुरि तत्रापि रसोतसवाद् वृन्दारण्यम् उदारपानिरमना तत्रापि गोवर्धनः राधाकुण्डम् इहापि गोकुलपते प्रेमामृताप्लावनात् कुर्यादस्य विराजतो गिरितटे सेवां विवेकिनकाः.
Yes, but the meter, no, actually the meter is Sardhula Vikridita. Vikridita. So that is the meter which I was reciting. Vaikunta janito vara madhupuri tatrarpirasosvad vrindaranyam mudarapani ramanat tatrarpi govardhana radha kundam mihapi gokulapate प्रेमामृतप्लावनात् कुर्यादस्य विराजितो गिरितटे सेवां विवेकी Nakah. You can try once again.
Okay, Prabhuji. वैकुण्ठा जनितो वरमधुपुरी तत्रापि रसोत्सवात् वृन्द नो प्रभुजी
Vrindaranyamdarapani ramana tatrarpi govardhan. Nana. You can all try, no problem. Vrindaranyamdarapani ramana tatrarpi
तत्रापि
govardhan.
गोवर्धन
राधा कुण्डमिहापि गोकुलपते प्रेमामृतप्लावना कुर्यादस्य विराजितो
विराजतो गिरितटे सेवां विवेकीनकाः.
So it's a very, very beautiful meter. If you repeatedly practice every day, it will come. All the 11 verses of Updeshamrit should be memorized by devotees. Make it a habit every day. Take a printout, keep it, and recite it. Don't think this is something ordinary. These verses were spoken by Mahaprabhu himself. And if you recite them by Mahaprabhu's verse, you will start deeply penetrating into the deeper meanings of this verse and all the verses of Updeshamrit in one sense. Okay, the holy place known as Mathura is spiritually superior to Vaikunta, the transcendental world, because the Lord appeared there. Vaikuntaj, Vaikuntat hai, but it but becomes Vaikuntaj Janita because the Ja, which is here next, takes here because of Sandhi. So Vaikuntat becomes Vaikuntaj, not Taj Mahal. Please remember Taj. Vaikuntaj Janita. So Janita means the Lord took birth there. So it is Vara. Where did the Lord take birth? Madhupuri. So just imagine, please think carefully that Madhupuri is Mathura Mandal, where Krishna took birth. This Mathura Mandal in Baum Vrindavan here in Mathura district is superior to Vaikunta because in Vaikunta Krishna doesn't do the birth pastime there. Narayan doesn't take birth pastime there. Especially Krishna doesn't take. And then superior to Mathurapuri is the transcendental forest of Vrindavan because Krishna's Ras Leela pastimes. Because of Ras Leela pastime. Tatrapi Rasoswad Vrindaranyam Udarapani Ramanath. So Rasoswad means the Ras Leela times. So Tatrapi means superior to Mathurapuri is Vrindaranyam. And Krishna is here called as Udarapani. And superior to the forest of Vrindavan is Govardhan Hill, for it was raised by the divine hand of Sri Krishna and was the site of his various loving pastimes. Tatrapi Govardhana. So superior to Vrindavan is Govardhan. Is Govardhan. And above all, the excellent Sri Radhakund stands supreme for it is overflooded with the ambrosial nectarian prema of the Lord of Gokul, Gokulapate, Sri Krishna. Radha Kundam Ihapi Gokulapate Premamrita Plavanat. Where then, Kuryad, is that intelligent person, Viveki, who is unwilling to serve Sevam, this divine Radha Kund Asya, which is situated on the at the foothill of Govardhan Hill, Virajito Giritate. So, after reading this verse, we should all run to Radha Kund, and settle down in Radha Kund and serve Radha Kund there by sitting and chanting the holy names of Radha Kund. But please remember, here is a Viveki first. And this Viveki has, you have to first qualify and come to text 8. And to come to text 8, you have to first qualify to text 1 through 7. And throughout our life, we are not able to first, become Goswamis. You have to first become a Goswami, control your senses, not a Godas. So we are still battling with the first verse of Updeshamrit. So this is speaking about somebody who is very, very elevated, uh, who's on the transcendental platform and relishing the mellows of bhakti, because he's in a previous verse spoke about Raganuga bhakti. So here, in this verse, there are, three reasons why Govardhan Hill is great. uh, of course, it is not very emphatic, but still, why Govardhan is, such a great place. One is given here, but other reasons also I would like to know. Why Govardhan is very great? What is the reason? Anyone? Here it is given also, but I would like to know from the devotees. Anyone? Jitendra Khatri Prabhuji, yes. Yes.
Prabhuji, one reason is mentioned here only. You are asking about other two, no?
Mm-hmm.
Other two.
No, there are two at least. 2 to 3 are here only, but 3 total I want.
3 total you want.
Which reason to tell?
One is raised by the divine hand of Sri Krishna.
It is raised by the divine hand of Krishna then.
And was the site of his various loving pastimes.
It is the site of his various loving pastimes with especially Srimati Radharani. And then what is the other reason? Chakrama Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, at that time, Gopas and Radha's Sakhis, all the Manjaris, Lalita Vistaka, all were enjoying together, day and night. Whereas we know Rasla is in the night time and was used to Sakhas and Bandhus in the morning. But during that time, both were together, all were together.
Yeah, when
During the
Krishna
Rasla.
lifted, Krishna when he lifted Govardhan, you know, all of them were together. That's
They were
correct.
enjoying it.
Yeah, but there's another reason Govardhan. What is the significance of Govardhan? Why it is so great? Sri Lalita Mataji. Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hmm.
Govardhan is, always serving the Lord and the cows by giving different fruits, roots.
Yes, yes, this is the reason I wanted to.
Cows are
It
grazing
is
on it,
where
and cows are.
Krishna tends his cows. Huh? Govardhan is serving Krishna because Krishna every day tends his cows there. Krishna lifted Govardhan and Krishna performs the most confidential, intimate, loving pastimes with, Srimati Radharani in Govardhan. And specifically, the spot is Radhakund. Now here, Rup Goswami is giving us our prayojan. What is where exactly we have to hit our target? That we should aim to become the servant of Srimati Radharani at Radhakund. So that is, that is why he's speaking about Radhakund here. That will become more clear, emphatic in the 11th verse. So the prayojan, after the abhidheya practice, there is sadhana and there is sadhya. Sadhya is prayojan and bhakti is abhidheya. So the goal, fruit is Krishna Prem. So in that sense also these verses speak about, bhava and prema stage and the prayojan also. Okay, let's go to, yes, we saw that 5, 6, 7 are Madhyamati Goswami's vision and internal development. Shri Vraj Bhajan Pranali we saw, how one should perform that, Ragatmika Bhakti. And now, Vraj has been described as the topmost of the holy place. Now, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, best worshipable place and the best devotee are dealt in 9th and 10th verse. And he says, Bhajaniya Sthala Madhye Sarva Shreshth. Among all the places where one should execute his bhajan, the topmost place is Radha Kund, where one has to execute his bhajan. So I told, after hearing this, we might think, let's leave everything and just go and settle on the bank of Radha Kund. No, we don't have that adhikar, we don't have that purity. I mentioned first you have to become a Goswami. As mentioned in the first verse of Updeshamrit, you have to control all your Vegas. And actually, to preach the message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu all over the world is actually preaching bhakti, and bhakti comes from Srimati Radharani. It's directly serving Srimati Radharani. It's as good as serving Radhakund. So that's how Prabhupada has given us that mission. Such a wonderful mission of this preaching message, which Mahaprabhu wants us to do. So for that reason also, those who are preaching all over the world, they're actually residing in Radhakund and doing their bhajan. Please remember that. Okay, so this is Bhajanastali Madhye Sarvashreshth. We might think, for the Sri Vaishnavas, it is Sri Rangam or Muktinath in Nepal. And for the, Pushti Marg, it is actually Govardhan, in fact, their favorite place. But for us, Gaudiyas, it is Radhakund. And there is no holy place as superior as Vrindavan. And within Vrindavan, now we know it is Govardhan. And within Govardhan, we know it is Radha Kund. Okay. Now here is the sequence. You can see there is the 1/4 creation, Ekpad Vibhuti. The 3-pad Vibhuti is the spiritual world. And Vaikunta Janito appearance of the Supreme Personality Godhead, although appearing in the material world, considered superior to spiritual world, Vaikuntat. And then Rasoswad, he performs his various pastimes in the 12 forest, Ras Leela. And then there is, Govardhan. It was raised by the divine heads of Krishna. Krishna tends cows with his friends there. And he would meet Radharani there and engaged in loving pastimes with her. And then Prema Amrita Plavanath. So Krishna's heart overfloods with love. It started overflooding at Radhakund. So that's why somebody, a king, nowadays there's no king, gives birth to a male child, his heart is overflooded with, happiness, and he becomes very udar. And he starts distributing wealth indiscriminately, without any. So that is like, Krishna's love for Srimati Radharani is overflooded. That's also the verse, it's mentioning like that. Overflooded, yes. Amrita Plavanat, overflooded. So that is what, is here. So the material world is here, Vaikunta. Superior to that is Mathura, superior to that is Vrindavan, superior to that is Govardhan, superior to that is Radha Kund. Okay, there are 12 forests in Vrindavan. There are unlimited forests for your kind information. There are only 12 principal, but there are, unlimited forests in Vrindavan. That's what the Vara Puran gives, the list. So, we have the Krishna Balram Mandir. So, Krishna and Balram, there is Prabhupada started the MVT Trust there, the Mayapur Vrindavan Trust. The MVT building is backside, and every company is like a limited. So, you have to remember KB, Krishna Balram, MVT, Mayapur Vrindavan Trust Limited. Why? Because these 12 forests, K stands for Kumudavan, Kamyavan, and Kadiravan. And M stands for Mahavan and Madhuvan. And then there is B, Balram stands for 4, Bhandiravan, Bahulavan, Bhadravan, Bilvavan. And Vrindavan is Vrindavan, Mayapur Vrindavan. Trust is Talavan, and L is Lohavan. So just if you remember K, B, M, V, T, L, and K has Komoda, Kamya, and Kadira. M has Mahavan and Madhuvan, and Balram has Bandira, Bahula, Bhadravan, Bilvaman, Vrindavan, Talvan, Lovavan. So just like there are 12 rasas, of course, some are situated on the western bank, 5. I think which one western, which one eastern, I don't remember that. And the map is very clear, but right now I don't remember. So there is 5 on one side of the Yamuna river and 7 on the other side. So total fresh 12. So Bhakti Siddhanta Suresh Thakur mentions that just by we have these 12 principal rasas, 5 Mukhya and 7 Gauna. There is Shanta, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, Madhurya, and then Bibhatsa, Bhayanaka, Raudra, Karuna, Veera, Adbhut, and Hasiras. So by wandering in all the 12 forests, one can relish all these rasas. That's what Bhakti Siddhanta Suresh Thakur says. Okay, let's go to the purport. It's only 2 paragraphs. The spiritual world is 3/4 of the total creation of the Supreme Personality Godhead, and it is the most exalted region. The spiritual world is naturally superior to the material world. However, Mathura and the adjoining areas, although appearing in the material world, are considered superior to the spiritual world because the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself appeared at Mathura. Vaikunta Janito. He takes birth, pastime only happens in this Bhaum Vrindavan, not in the spiritual world. The interior forests of Vrindavan are considered superior to Mathura because of the presence of the 12 forests, Dwadashavan, such as Talavan, Madhuvan, Bahulavan, which are famous for various pastimes of Krishna. That's it, Prabhupada mentions. Thus, the interior Vrindavan forest is considered superior to Mathura, but superior to this forest is a divine Govardhan hill because Krishna lifted Govardhan hill like an umbrella, raising it with his lotus-like beautiful hand to protect his associates, the denizens of Raja, from the torrential rains sent by angry Indra, king of the demigods. So Krishna protected the Brajavasis. That's why Govardhan is great. And Krishna tends his cows and Krishna performs his pastimes with Srimati Radhani. It is also at Govardhan that Krishna tends the cows with his cowherd friends, and there also he has rendezvous, had his rendezvous with his most beloved Sri Radha and engaged in loving pastimes with her. Radhakund at the foot of Govardhan is superior to all because it is there that love for Krishna overflows. Prema Amrita Plavana. Now, Prabhupada says advanced devotees prefer to reside at Radhakund because this place is the site of many memories of the eternal loving affairs between Radha and Krishna, Rati Vilas. Now, paragraph 2, Prabhupada just speaks about how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu located Radhakund. We all know that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave the six Goswamis tasked to locate the loving pastimes of excavate these, Leela Stalis of the Lord, write books on Gaudiya literature, Sadachar, build temples. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself located Radhakund and Shamkund. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself, and is Srimati Radharani also. He had come in the mood and bhav and kanti of Srimati Radharani. But this task of excavating the Leela Stali, where Radha and Krishna perform their most intimate pastimes, Mahaprabhu took the task on himself, and he did not give it to the Goswamis also. So we can understand how important it is. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhila, it is stated that when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu first visited the area of Rajbhumi, he could not at first find the location of Radhakund. This means that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was actually searching for the exact location of Radhakund. Finally, he found the holy spot, and there was a small pond there. He took his bath in that small pond and told his devotees that the actual Radhakund is situated there. Later, the pond was excavated by Lord Chaitanya's devotees, headed first by the six Goswamis, such as Rupa and Raghunath. So here, Prabhupada, very interestingly, in a very subtle way, he's mentioning that the actual Radha Kund, the exact location, actually searching for the exact, and then he found the actual Kund, he says. So, actually, in the Vrindavan Mahimamrit, this is a book written about the glories of Vrindavan Dham. In that book, it is mentioned that Radhakund is full of beautiful pastel colors and sand made of diamonds, with many swans and beautiful marble bridges. But when we go to Radhakund, we don't see that. But what we see is, the Bhaum Radhakund. But there is a divine Radhakund within that also. And only the divine eyes can see it. Only the divine eyes can see it. I'm just giving you an example to understand. Just like, a king's palace 500 years back, 600 years back, what was the royal opulence? And, just can't imagine. And now, just some rumble stones which are there, all fallen here and there. It's like a deserted place. You go and see that, but you cannot actually see the place as it is what it was 500 years back. So similarly, Radhakund, what we see, and Shamkund is actually the exact place where Mahaprabhu found that there were two small wells. Mahaprabhu took his bath there. But the divine Radhakund has, sand made of diamonds. There are swans, there are marble bridges, So all these, there are the Ashta Saki Kunds in and around. There is a divine swing in the center. So all that, is not accessible to the material eyes. And that's why even visiting this Radhakund has a benefit that will purify our consciousness. And it requires, to really actually access real Radhakund, we need pure bhakti. And we have to do that austerity to, for the Dham to reveal us. Vishaya chadiya kabe sudha hobe man, tabe hami hari bol Shri Vrindavan. Then we can see Vrindavan is the state of consciousness. It's not just physically going to Vrindavan by buying a ticket. It's a state of consciousness. Presently, there is a large lake known as Radhakund there. Srila Rupa Goswami is given much stress to Radhakund because of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's desire to find it. Who then would give up Radhakund and try to reside elsewhere? But you know what is the adhikar now to reside in Radhakund. No person with transcendental intelligence would do so. Viveki. Transcendental intelligence. Prabhupada is using the term here, transcendental intelligence. So let's see in the Veda base also. As I mentioned, that your intelligence should be fully purified. Not even one material desire in the heart you should have. So that is the adhikar to, reside in Radha Kund. You have to be one who is intelligent, Prabhupada is saying, but in the purport he's saying it is transcendental intelligence. Means one is self-realized, and not only that, one has attained bhava. The importance of Radha Kund, however, cannot be realized by other Vaishnava Sampradayas, nor can persons uninterested in devotional service to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu understand the spiritual importance of the divine nature of Radha Kund. The other Sampradayas just cannot understand Radha Kund because they are mostly in Dasya Bhakti. And those who are qualified for Madhurya Ras, because the Madhurya pastimes happen in Radha Kund. Radha and Krishna perform the highest Madhurya pastimes. So that's why it's very difficult for them to understand. Thus, Radha Kund is mainly worshipped by the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, the followers of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's what Prabhupada says in the purport. Now, I'm going to Chaitanya Charitamrita and discussing how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rediscovers Sri Radha Kund. This is in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, 18th chapter, verses 3 to 14. Let's go through this. एहि मत महाप्रभु नाचायते नाचायते नाचिते नाचिते आरित ग्राम आसी भाय हईल achambite. When Mahaprabhu was going towards Vrindavan, his ecstasy was 1,000 times more. When he reached the presence of Vrindavan, it increased another 1,000 times more. And when he actually entered Vrindavan, it increased another 1,000 times more. So you can imagine. So Nachita like a mad, he was, dancing in ecstasy. And first Mahaprabhu came to Aritgram. Aritgram is where Arishtasur was killed, and the whole pastime is related to Arishtasur. So that's why Aritgram. Asi Bhaya Hoila Achambit. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu danced in ecstasy, but when he arrived at Aritgram, his sense perception was awakened. Purport. Aritgram is also called Arishtagram. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu understood that in that village, Arishtasur had been killed by Sri Krishna. While there, he inquired about Radhakund, but no one could tell him where it was. The Brahman accompanying him could also not ascertain its whereabouts. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could then understand that the holy places known as Radhakund, Shamkund were at that time lost to everyone's vision. He therefore discovered Radhakund and Shamkund, which were two reservoirs of water in two paddy fields. Although there was very little water, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was omniscient and he could understand that formerly these two ponds were Sri Radhakund and Shamkund. Being omniscient, he actually was looking for the exact site. In this way, Radhakund and Shamkund were discovered. Arite Radhakund Varta Puche Lokastane Keha Nahi Keha Sangera Brahmana Na Jane. Prabhupada has all mentioned this purports to these verses also. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked the local people, where is Radhakund? No one could inform him, and the Brahmana accompanying him did not know either. Tirtha Lupta Jani Prabhu Sarvagya Bhagavan Dui Dhanya Kshetra Alpa Jale Kailastan. The Lord then understood that the holy place called Radhakund was no longer visible. However, being the omniscient Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sarvagya Bhagavan, he discovered Radhakund and Shamkund in two paddy fields. There is only a little water, but he took his bath there. Dheki Saba Grama Lokera Vismay Hoila Man Preme Prabhu Kare Radha Kundera Stavan. When the people of the village saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taking his bath in those two ponds in the middle of the paddy fields, they were very much astonished. The Lord then offered his prayers to Radhakund. So we should also offer prayers to Radhakund when we visit. Abha Gopi Hoite Radha Krishnera Priyasi Thache Radha Kunda Priya Priyara Sarasi. Of all the gopis, Radharani is dearmost. Similarly, the lake known as Radhakund is very dear to the Lord because it is very dear to Srimati Radharani. And then this is that verse. Yata Radha Priya Vishnus Tasya Kundam Priyam Tata Sarvakopeshu Sarvik Sevika Vishnur Atyanta Vallabha. Just as Srimati Radharani is more dear to Lord Krishna, so her lake known as Radhakund is also very dear to him. Of all the gopis, Srimati Radharani is certainly the most beloved. एक कुंड नित्य कृष्ण राधिका संगे, jale jala keli kare tira rasa sange. In that lake, Lord Krishna and Srimati Radharani used to sport daily in the water and have their rasa dance on the bank. Please remember, it is mentioned rasa dance on the bank. Sei kund aib ek bar kare snan, tanra radha sama prema Krishna kare dan. Indeed, Lord Krishna gives ecstatic love like that of Srimati Radharani to whoever takes in that lake even once in his life. Now, of course, this meaning we'll understand when we come to text 11, what it really means, this statement. Hold on when we come to text 11 of Upadeshamrit. Radha Kund Snan Saubhagya is mentioned there. And then Kundera Madhuri Ena Radhara Madhurima, Kundera Mahima Ena Radhara Mahima. The attraction of Radha Kund is as sweet as that of Srimati Radharani. Similarly, the glories of the Kund lake are as great as Srimati Radharani's. Then he starts glorifying this famous verse. Shri Radhe Vare Stadiya Sarasi Preshtadbhute Sver Guner Yasyam Shriyuta Madhavendur Anisham Pritya Taya Kridati Premasmin Bata Radhikeva Labate Yasyam Sakrit Snanakrita Tasya Vai Mahima Tata Madhurima Enastu Varnaya Shito. Because of its wonderful transcendental qualities, Adbhut Swer Guner, Radha Kund is as dear to Krishna as Radharani. Shri Radheva Hares Tadiya Sarasi Preshta. It was in that lake, Yasyam, that the all opulent Shri Krishna, Shri Yuta Madhava, performed his pastimes with Srimati Radharani with great pleasure and transcendental bliss. Indur Anishyam Pritya Taya Kridita. Whoever bathes just once in Radhakund, Yasyam Sakrit Snanakrit, attains Srimati Radharani's loving attraction for Shri Krishna. Premasmin Bata Radhika Eva Labate. Who within this world can describe Kenastu Varnaya Shito, the glories and sweetness of Sri Radhakund? Tasya va Mahima Tata Madhurima. Who can speak the Madhurima and the Mahima of Radhakund? This is the glory of Radhakund. Okay, sorry. Aimat Shruti Kare Prema Tire Nritya Kare Kunda Leela Shanariya. Chaitanya Prabhu thus offered praise to Radhakund. All these prayers, overwhelmed by ecstatic love, he danced on the bank, remembering the pastimes of Krishna performed on the bank of Radhakund. Kundera Mritika Lana Tilaka Karila Bhattacharya Dwara Mritika Sangha Karila Laila. Chaitanya Prabhu then marked his body with the tilak made from the mud of Sri Radhakund. And with the help of Balabhadra Bhattacharya, his servant, he collected some of the mud and took it with him. So this is also, we should do it as part of practice. And, with lot of awe and reverence, one should, offer prayers to Radhakund. And only when we get the permission to take bath from our spiritual master, then we should do. Again, we'll discuss all this more details in text 11. Okay, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Radhakund relationship. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu only found out the exact location of Radhakund. He took bath there. I mentioned the subtle meaning of it, that there is a divine Radhakund, and although it is the exact location now which we see Radhakund and Shamkund, but that is the Bhauma, from the Bhauma with our material eyes we can see this, but there is the spiritual Radhakund, which is completely divine and spiritual, made of diamonds, emeralds, and all that. And there are kunjas, there are, the Ashtasaki lakes. Of course, one lake we can see the Vishaka Kund is there, but the Ashtasaki lakes are within these, and there is the divine swing. All that, is completely spiritual, and only one who has pure spiritual eyes can see. The pond was excavated by Lord Chaitanya's devotees, Rupa and Raghunath. Rupa Goswami has given much stress to it because it is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's desire to find it. Radha Kund is mainly worshipped by Gaudiya Vaishnavas, the followers of Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is the divine, this side is the Sham Kund, and this side is the Radha Kund. Okay, any questions, any clarifications anyone has? Any questions? Okay, there is one question. Yes, Sri Lalita Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Radha Kund is a molten form of love. Something like that, no Prabhuji? Liquid form of love.
It is actually the liquid form of Srimati Radharani.
Oh, okay.
And Sham Kund is the liquid form of Krishna. And both of them are in the form of Dravya.
Where
Liquid.
is it mentioned that it is liquid form, Prabhu?
Hmm?
Where is it mentioned that Radha Kund is liquid form of Radharani and Sham Kund is liquid form of
It
Krishna?
is not mentioned here in the Updeshamrit, but in other scriptures it is mentioned.
Okay.
It is mentioned in the other scriptures. I don't have the exact reference, but it is there. I have read it, and it is well-known fact also. But if you want, I can find out where exactly it is mentioned.
I also remember studying during Bhakti Shastri exam, but then I don't remember exactly what, how, where. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Any other questions anyone has? Okay, so we stop here, and tomorrow we'll take up text 10. It should be over in one class or two classes, I don't know. Let us see. And then last, again, the 11th verse also, just two paragraphs. That will take another one class, and that's how we'll finish the discussion. Yes, Rajesh Sai Prabhuji, you have a question?
Prabhuji, there is one annual Aarti also
Can you
do take.
speak a little loudly, please?
Prabhuji, there is one annual Aarti do also take place, no, Prabhuji? Aarti function once in a year. Puja, like something Aarti and function once
There
in a
is
year.
Baulashtami, that is the appearance day of Radha Kund.
Yes, that time that
Um,
party auspicious
That
Aarti do
comes
take.
in Baulashtami, and on that day, from the Sweta Ganga, the milk-like, liquid comes on the surface. So many in the night, they go to take bath in Radha Kund. But of course, Radha Kund Snana Saubhagya is going to be spoken in 11th verse. And what are the precautions the devotee should take? What are the rules and regulations? Quite in detail, we will discuss when we discuss text 11. Okay?
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Upadeshamrit ki jai, Shri Rupa Goswami Pad ki jai. Hare Krishna.